excited to hang out with you guys today for the Refuge Report with Brittany, not Bob. That's okay. You guys will love me probably just as much, if not maybe a little bit more. So I'm here to hang out with you guys today. I have a few news articles that we're going to talk about, and then I just want to answer some questions. We haven't done a lot of Q&A lately, and I know we've been getting a lot of questions when it comes to mom and kids and training with families. So I'm here to answer any questions I can. And if I don't know the answer, I'm just going to politely say, I don't know the answer. Okay? Cool? So make sure you throw any questions you have in the comments during the live stream, and Lauren will kind of save them and we'll get them answered. Yes?
Tell them to share this with needy homesteaders.
Ooh, this would be good. Yes, make sure you guys share out the live stream to anybody and everybody, because this one is going to be a little bit different. We're going to hit on some of the limited edition colors that will be going away soon. We only have a few left in some of the kits, but the blue floral and the purple have been awesome colors. I've loved them. I know several other people who have loved them, and we're kind of interested on what colors, what feminine colors you guys want to see next, because everybody wants, not everybody, certain people want tiger stripe and what is the Arctic, I think it's, oh yeah, alpine. But we are really interested to see what feminine colors are out there. I know like purple and blue aren't every female's color, but I know there's people who like burgundy and red and the beiges like Lauren does. Whereas I'm like the purple and the blue and like patriotic. Anything red, white, and blue is going to be me. My kiddos actually grew up thinking that the American flag was mom's flag because mom owned everything American flag. So they kept pointing to it going, Mom, look, it's your flag. And that was super funny. And I had to nicely explain to them as they were growing up, like, no, that's not mom's flag. Mom just likes it. Oh, hi guys. Hi, Striker. I'm excited because Striker Cade is on Team Creamy. He is like, I heard he's going to be the, no, Team Creamy is going to win. We're already preparing. I heard the ropes came in yesterday. I've been going to the gym for 6 weeks now at 5 a.m. So like by then, I'm going to be super strong.
And we just did the ropes today.
I know. We were in the CrossFit side of the gym this morning. Shalom, Brenda. And Rhonda. Oh, Rhonda wants burgundy. I knew there was going to be some people out there.
I do like burgundy. A good, there's some
pink and purple. So the Rickster, we do have the purple, but pink's another one we've talked about before. I did.
Pink camel, like
way back, but it was like a pink magenta. I did see somebody out there. It was a crossbody bag, but it was Ranger green on the outside, and then it was pink on the inside.
Ooh.
And I was like, that's actually a really pretty combo.
I would do that.
Yeah, because Ranger green is like can be a feminine color, depending on females.
OD green is my favorite color.
Really? OD green? I would not have expected that.
We don't play that one, right?
Yeah, OD green is the one that we discontinued because people just loved Ranger more. I don't know.
Ranger a little bit more dull?
Yes, and it's better with IR, I believe, as well. Okay, so, Team Junkie.
Can you make it barred rock like the chicken?
Oh my gosh. 5 by 5, you guys can all hear me. Okay, so I don't see any comments yet unless I missed any. Here to learn what kit I need. Okay, Susan, that's a big question. What injuries are you looking to cover, and how are you looking to carry it? Those are always the two questions I ask a customer when they call. If you guys have called us before, you've probably gotten on the phone with me or one of the other people in the office, but it normally is sitting on my desk. And I really enjoy asking people those questions, like what injuries do you want it to cover and how do you want to carry it, because that really narrows down what kit I'm going to recommend. A budget is also a question in there that kind of factors, but we have a lot of kits that are pretty similar in pricing. So that's normally towards the end of the conversation. I'll ask that to make sure that we fit inside your budget. But I would love the forest green and, forest green with burgundy. Oh, okay, so make sure you guys answer that poll. I just saw it pop up.
Pink, burgundy, teal, or yellow are what the ones I gave.
Yellow?
I know, yellow I think, I don't know.
Not like a safety green yellow,
No,
neon
like
yellow.
Like
Oh, a mustardy yellow.
No, yellow. Yeah, a flower, maybe a light yellow.
I love sunflowers. We could.
I do too. I do love sunflowers.
Okay, that could be totally. So if you see Susan's response, let me know. Team apple butter. What?
It is so easy to make apple butter.
It's almost fall. Isn't that normally when like all the apples fall
Yep.
off the trees and then we can eat them and make apple butter and oh yeah.
You know what I do? You guys, let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying to get myself mic'd up. They cannot hear. It's not working.
I'm sure if you just talked a little louder, they could hear you off mine.
Yeah, just yell. No, it's.
I
they
need
can get
one
up
for
now.
the vehicle and one for the homestead. Okay, so Susan,
Ooh.
the one for the vehicle, 10 out of 10, recommend the travel fac. It comes with the headrest attachment. So this goes on your headrest, the kit goes on it, and then the buckles strap around it to keep it in place. And then when you need it, you just undo the buckle and you rip the kit and you go. So this one is my favorite one for the car. I actually got to help design this kit. It has your tourniquet, it has an ETD, it has chest seals, it also has like OTC meds, OTC wipes, and Band-Aids. And as a mom, I always need a Band-Aid. Band-Aids fix everything when it comes to kids. So that is the one I would recommend for your car. And then for the homestead, buy once, cry once is the adventure kit. It will cover everything from broken bones, bullet holes, boo-boos. It is a buy once, cry once kit. It comes in an awesome bag that has room for you to add extra things to it. And it really just covers everything. I love the adventure kit.
You know what I noticed about the adventure kit recently? I had to take another picture of it, and I picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And that bag, it's always been good.
Yeah.
But I feel like the last iteration with the really beefed up hooks on the side.
Oh yeah,
and
the
everything,
swivel hooks
it is
and the
so-
shoulder pad.
Yeah, like
Oh,
it is
yeah.
robust. I picked
Yeah.
it up. It's like, whoa.
We're
this is
always
super nice.
upgrading our bags, especially now having the SWAT team in the
Mhm.
shop. We can take little feedback from you guys and able to make all those little changes to make it such a better product.
Shalom, everybody. Got people saying hi to me. Hello.
Shalom.
Wow, teal is winning right now.
Wow. I feel like this is a pretty close to teal though.
But maybe it's because it's like tie-dye floral. Maybe they just want like a solid
So you guys
teal.
want solid colors.
That's
so
the next thing we should ask.
solid or
Pattern
print.
solid?
Yeah,
for-
that's a good
for that.
question.
That'll be the next poll, so just wait.
And has anybody in the chat gotten a kit recently that came with the new Refuge hang tag on it? Because this is like new in the last 2 weeks. We got these in and started putting them on kits. And I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on them. If you've seen them, if you like them, because it's definitely something that we haven't gotten feedback on yet because not everybody has seen them.
Saucin said he'd get a teal one for himself. There's about 3 nieces he'd be getting a pink one for.
I know.
Does
I think
that-
pink would be.
Like, does that stop you guys? I know it doesn't stop you guys from getting someone a kit, but like if you were buying a gift for a loved one, would you feel like, oh man, they're really gonna like it because of the color? Do you think that it will affect them carrying it? I mean, that seems really shallow, but
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
my 12-year-old is gonna be like, oh my god, this is so pretty. I'm totally gonna take it with me.
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing?
And I think it depends on how you want to carry it, because like something like the boo-boo that you can slide in a backpack, the
Mhm.
color might not matter as much. But if
Yeah.
you're trying to like carry it on you to match
Or on your
outfits or on the
headrest.
headrest in your car or in your, in your house, like that definitely matters, patterns and things like that.
I mean,
Whereas,
I used to buy those seat covers for my car and the steering
oh
wheel
my
covers when I
gosh.
was younger.
Saying I used to do cloth diapers that were cute.
I
You
know,
know,
it's
nobody
just
saw
never,
that.
I'm all about like comfort and affordability versus the color of something, but that's just me. Let's see, teal is
and
nice, burgundy. Oh, the tradesman said he received one of the hang tags on his woodland SOB.
Nice. What is the next giveaway?
That's a great question, Alan. We're not there yet.
Yeah. We're not in that bucket?
We're not in that bucket. Light teal gray, no, I don't think it matters unless it's pink. I hate pink. Well, that's okay.
Word. I also hate pink.
Pink is not necessarily my favorite color. I'm more of a blue.
I like blush or dusty rose.
I feel like burgundy or teal is probably winning. And then, yeah, so next you got to ask if they want solid or pattern, because I think that definitely does matter too. The reason we brought in this blue was because everything else is solid except for the camos. But this was our first like pattern and everybody seemed to like it. I mean, it sold really well. Let's see which one won. Teal. Burgundy is a close second though. Oh, hi Iridium Group. Can't wait to see you next week or end of this week. Man, training is coming up this weekend, guys. Is anybody who's in the comments coming to training this weekend? Because I'm super excited. We're putting together swag bags. We're getting the office together tomorrow. We're like getting all of our things lined up to be able to host you guys. And we are super excited.
I feel like it snuck up on us. Like we were like, oh
I
yeah,
know.
training in September, da 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 da, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden I'm like, oh my gosh,
That's next
it's
week.
here.
Yeah. Yep. Time flies when you're having fun, and trust me, we have fun here at Refuge. We are always laughing, especially having Ren in the office.
So apparently gray would be awesome. We've had gray.
We actually have the ability to make things in gray still. We used to have gray, and it just wasn't popular enough for us to keep it. But I do know that the sew team has some gray fabric. So if you really are interested in gray, email admin at Refuge Medical, and I'll be able to hook you up there. Solid or camo gray, black teal. You're gonna combine all those? Camo gray, black and teal, or are you saying like different colors, Kermode? Because I feel like that's a, oh, it's a camo of gray, black, and teal maybe, he meant? Okay.
I
That
hope
makes
you
more
guys
sense.
can't hear me chewing, but I did not eat lunch because I was setting up for the live stream, so I'm so sorry.
Oh, Striker Kate will be here Friday. So excited to see everybody. Okay, so I have a few news stories because it is the Refuge Report. I tried to tailor it more towards like not AI, robots, and Russia. We all know what's going on over there, and we're gonna bring it back a little closer to home and just things going on in the world when it comes to families and kids and first aid. What is that
I'm sorry,
face?
but this is so cute. I have to say it. Yellow and black stripes for a beekeeper kit.
Oh my gosh, that would be super cute.
That would be like a honeycomb. Oh my gosh, a honeycomb. So cute.
Write down these ideas
Okay.
because my brain will not remember them later. Okay, so the first one is Calgary officer saves life of choking child after pulling over the parent's vehicle for speeding. I mean, I'd probably be speeding too if my child was choking, but let's see. Visit 17-month-old Camila and her parents at their home after saving the child from choking during a routine traffic stop over a long weekend. The routine traffic stop became a life-saving experience for a 17-month-old girl last weekend when a quick-thinking police officer saved the toddler from choking. They pulled over a speeding vehicle on the evening of August 4th, and upon approaching the vehicle, he found an extremely distraught family with an unresponsive child in the back seat. The Calgary Police Service said in a social media post the child's parents were taking their daughter to hospital because although she was conscious, she was exhibiting several signs of medical distress. Rather than writing a ticket, the police officer put his emergency training to work on the spot, the August 8th post said. Desperate for assistance, the mother instinctively passed Camila to the officer, and the officer suspected the child was choking, and after confirmation from the mother that she recently ate, he promptly performed back blows to dislodge the obstruction. This is something that when you take a CPR, AED, first aid class, they kind of cover choking in that. And we actually were taught when they came and taught us here at the office and we got certified, like how the positions and application differs when it's a child, especially a little child like that, and the different techniques to it. So I know those back blows are definitely something that's needed. You need to know that. I personally carry the dechoker in my diaper bag in my house.
Yep.
I think dechoker might have been going
I saw
out of
something about-
business
But
though.
the life vac.
LifeVac is still around.
Yeah.
Dechoker has been out of stock on their website for a few months now, so we'll see about that. But LifeVac is good. And just like brushing up on remembering, back blows and some of that, Heimlich maneuver, things like that is really something you just need to refresh your mind every little bit about how to do it.
Easily. I remember my oldest, when she was a toddler, or maybe a little younger than toddler, choked on a piece of tortilla, and that freaked me out. I mean, the panic that comes over you when you're like,
Oh yeah.
oh my gosh.
And you have to remember, like, calm is contagious, especially with a child.
Yeah.
I remember one of the first times my son decided to, like, totally just blood all over his face. He was riding his bike, and he didn't know about his brakes, and I looked over, and he's going down a hill. He was, like, 4 or 5, going down the hill, and his feet were out from the pedals. So he wasn't stopping, and there was a ravine on the other end. And I was, like, freaking out, and luckily his head is what stopped him because he went face first into the gravel, and then, of course, heads bleed, so there was just blood running down his head, and I'm like, freaking out, whereas my husband is, like, perfectly calm, picks him up, takes him inside, handles him, and that was the moment that I had to realize, like, calm is contagious. Me freaking out was not going to help my son in any way. And ever since then, it's been a constant reminder whenever something happens, it's like, calm is contagious. I take a deep breath, you know, and so that I can have the mentality and the mental awareness and remembering all these things in a stressful situation, so that, you know, we can perform our best. We do not perform very well under stress unless you've really done the training. Since going through the essential responder last year, I've definitely learned a lot. I've gotten a lot better when it comes to being in stressful situations like that. But it's definitely something you need to train with. Shalom, everybody. Thanks for joining. Trying to catch everybody. Oh, someone's in the live chat. Hopefully somebody else can answer the live chat over there. Brittany's on the live stream. Okay, so he performed back blows and, the officer knew the child still needed urgent medical attention. So rather than waiting for an ambulance, the officer provided the family with a police escort to the hospital. Additional officers assisted with directing traffic near the South Health Campus and enabling the family to arrive within minutes. They received immediate care before transferred to the Children's Hospital for further treatment, and she was released from the hospital a few days later with a clean bill of health. Praise the Father for that. The officer did not go empty-handed. However, he brought with him a large brown teddy bear. Still have teddy bears and stuffed animals that they got when they were in the hospital for things when they were younger, and I know that's definitely like a comfort for kiddos. That's super nice. It's so nice to see like just awesome, real, genuine, caring people out there.
Yeah.
I feel like we hear so much about just like the bad and the evil of the world that like nobody focuses as much on the good.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to make sure we hit some really good stories today because, listen, the world's going to be what the world's going to be. So we got to do our best.
Thinking about that today, about how like way back in the day before we had social media and all of that, you would have the news. I'm talking like, 50s, 60s, you would have the news, but like generally you had your circle of people and that was it.
Yep, you had your network.
You had, the people that you knew their phone number and
and you had to memorize their phone number.
Yeah, and you had your
wasn't
church
just
group and you had, but there was no like mass, what is that? When herd mentality because cancel culture, all the things that have come with social media. It's like there's really cool things about social media.
Yeah, like this. We can hang out with
amazing.
A bunch of our friends.
And then it's neat to be able to like know and make friends that are on, like in Canada, for example.
I know. And then they come visit and we go visit them and we have an awesome time.
We get stuck having to listen to all the weird people too.
Well, you have the keyboard warriors that'll just sit there behind the scenes and say anything and everything because they are just that type of people. Okay, so our next one is North Texas woman bitten by shark shares recovery journey, gratitude for beachgoers who saved her. So, funny story. I grew up in Florida, so that's like common out there is shark bites.
She heard me say it, she goes, Texas? I'm like, yes.
In my head, Texas isn't on the ocean for some reason when she said it, so I was like, sharks in Texas, that's weird. And then I was thinking like, oh yeah, there is a whole, there is that whole part of Texas. Texas is just so big because I remember moving to Oklahoma. I was born and raised in Florida, so I love the beach, grew up there. Moving to Oklahoma, I tried to search where the closest beach was. It's like 12 hours. I could get back to Florida for the same time that I could get down to the beach in Texas. So my brain is like, there's no beaches in Texas just because they're so far. Just trying to catch up on the chat. Okay, let's see. North Texas woman is sharing an update of her condition after a shark bite nearly took her life 2 months ago. So that's when this was written.
Y'all might remember this. We posted about it. There was a video of it. It was awesome.
Oh, there was a video?
There was a video.
Oh,
her
gosh.
calf was gone.
Oh. Tabitha lost a majority of her left calf when a bull shark attacked her on July 4th. Oh. Moments before she was attacked, beachgoers captured sharks on their cameras. The bull shark that attacked me was going up and down the beach and was probably about as big as my couch. Holy moly. Beachgoers would play a part in saving her life. When the shark bit off her calf, she lost 75% of her blood.
That's a miracle that she's alive.
Yeah, strangers on the beach had tourniquets on hand and were able to keep the bleeding under control until emergency crews arrived on the scene. I mean, we always are telling people to carry an effing tourniquet, and they were carrying tourniquets. And it actually says tourniquets plural, which means there was more than one on that beach to be able to help her. According to CNN, Sullivan was taken to the ER and had to undergo 6 surgeries. 6. Doctors used skin grafts from her thigh and fish skin to help heal her leg. Because I lost my calf, I don't have feeling in my ankle. The bottom of my foot is all numb too. I can't feel that, she said. Sullivan was the only person bitten that day. 2 people total were bitten, a 3rd person was grazed, and a 4th man was injured fending off a shark, according to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. Wow. So there was 4 people total bitten that day in the same area on the beach. Like, crazy. Sullivan's husband, Carrie, was one of those people slightly bitten by the shark. So she had her whole calf taken off. He was slightly bitten. I saw how bad it was and how white she was, and I thought I just lost my wife, Carrie said. Moving forward, Sullivan is sharing her recovery journey on social media, and she said she hopes her story of strength will resonate with others who are struggling. She can walk with support, but she hopes to be able to hike, run, and swim in the ocean again. I love the fact that she's already like looking forward to get back into the body of water that the shark is in.
Sharks are a no-go for me. It's like snakes. I don't care about snakes.
So I grew up in like New Smyrna Beach area, which is like the most popular place for shark bites in the country. And it's just like, you also can't swim in a body of water in Florida without there being alligators. So like,
why are people living there?
Because it's beautiful.
Sure.
Lauren's like, nope, no, beauty does not overrule the things that bite me.
I'm okay if I were to like swim in a lagoon where it was like cut off from the ocean, there weren't any sharks, I'd swim in that. But like people who go snorkeling and stuff, I think the whole time it wouldn't be fun for me.
You would just be so worried.
I would just be like, where's the shark at?
Oh man. So somebody asked what they said, how many blood transfusions? I don't think it said.
I like how someone said slightly bitten and then Foe said nibbled.
Oh my gosh. Do not fear 365 times. Oh, I know, Kermode. That's what it says. 365 times in the Bible.
Okay, I will not fear the shark, but I will be very, very, very wary.
The shark would have
suspicious.
The shark would have eaten an ankle kit.
Yeah.
I mean, you could totally. I know people who have done creek crossings and things like that with their ankle kit on, and
have you heard about I think it was a dad and a son. They came up with this thing that I don't know if it puts out some kind of echo. It's kind of, you know how you have the plug that goes into your wall and it like does something and bugs. It's supposed to be for sharks, and they tested it and it was working. And if that proves out to be true, I'd go in the ocean with like 4 of those on.
You're like, I'm just gonna make sure I'm wearing that at all times. Just an appetizer. Oh my gosh, Kevin.
Oh.
Do I ask a question in caps? Amanda, you shouldn't have to ask it in caps. If you happen to, like, if you post it and we don't see it, then caps might be needed, but we're trying to watch it as best we can.
Sharknado for lymph. You know, they came out with, like, one that has a bunch of different sharks, like, a bunch of, like, there's, like, a fire NATO with sharks in it.
Oh, man.
It's ridiculous.
Jim, Britt, thanks for squaring away my wife with ink. Oh, you're welcome, Jim. Your wife was super sweet, and we were so happy to have her in class. And hopefully, you know, all those things fit her needs, and your Slishmans hopefully arrived to you by now. I know we didn't have them in stock when you were here in class, so I shipped them afterwards. But I'm happy that you guys were able to come visit and be able to get the kits, you know, in your hands, be able to see and touch and feel and know what you needed, and we were able to talk. And man, that combat midwife class was
so good,
awesome. I'm so excited to have her back.
We get to have her. Like, Jessica was
we're working on it. We're working on it. I think we're trying to go for the spring of 2025 because 2024 is quickly coming to an end with everything else that is going to happen at the end of this year.
So I thought this was funny.
Okay, Brenda.
Where did it go?
Uh-oh.
The Arc Lemis thing. Oh no, Fluster you took it away. They said Arc Lemis, which is like Arkansas,
yeah.
Mississippi. We have Texahoma, Texarkana,
Yeah, it's Texarkana.
Texarkana.
Yep. Okay, so the other story is only half of U.S. residents trained to perform CPR or stop serious bleeding. So only half of the U.S. residents are trained to perform CPR or stop serious bleeding. So one, it's only half of the residents, which we know, not, we're gonna leave it out there. Okay.
I don't understand. What do you mean, Britt?
I just, you know what I just knife-handed. I've been hanging out with my husband a little too much. Imagine that. I'm now knife-handing. One of these days I need to swing by and pick up the slit kit I ordered. Yeah, Hemi, we have it sitting on the shelf over there for you with your name on it. Just waiting. The Arklamis is full of gators. It's wet. They are in their fun times. Okay, let's see. While heroic bystanders have given first aid that saved someone's life, only half of the U.S. residents over age 18 are trained to perform CPR or stop serious bleeding, a new study has found. And this study was from, it looks like, May of this year. The results also revealed that only 56% of respondents reported being capable of stopping a person from choking, which we were just talking about in the other article. So 50% can do CPR and stop serious bleeding, but 56% can do choking. So only 6% more of people, because it's probably the same people. Like if you do CPR and AED, you normally do choking. But that's crazy. I feel like more people would know the Heimlich maneuver and choking and back blows and what to do and things like that. So it's an interesting statistic. Results of this study, which was conducted on behalf of the Ohio State University on its panel platform, were released Wednesday. Data collection was conducted via the web and telephone from April 5th, 5 to 7, among a sample of 1,005 respondents, the university said. Learning how to deliver hands-only CPR, perform the Heimlich maneuver, or help stem major bleeding could be the difference between life and death. And we know that. You guys are here. You know that first aid is needed, Heimlich is needed. All these things are needed because when life happens, you need to know what to do. You can't just, when someone's choking, YouTube how to stop. You're not going to think about that. You got to know and prepare ahead of time so that you can be ready into those situations.
They
yeah.
update their stuff, so we have to stay on top of learning.
There is constant updates in the medical space. Okay, so basic first aid can prevent an estimated 40% of deaths from accidental injuries. So basic first aid can prevent an estimated 40% of deaths from accidental injuries. I know you had I don't think you printed it, but you just shared earlier about the boy who shot himself in the leg. He had a negligent discharge, and actually because he was taught first aid at the school the year before, he was able to get clothes and makeshift a tourniquet and stop the bleeding and save his own life.
And that was a miracle.
14 years old.
He was 14 years old.
Yeah.
The football coach had brought in a doctor. They taught him first aid. He picked up a gun and was tinkering with it. He accidentally pulled the trigger, shot himself in the leg, hit the artery. And
gosh.
Because he remembered that, he made a makeshift tourniquet, and the doctor said that he would have died. Basically,
yeah, because he hit an artery.
Yeah. Hey, we did get that question.
Okay, question.
I'm just not sure it's one we can answer. What is the best way to treat a possible broken wrist? I know someone who refuses to get it looked at, so looking for alternatives.
I don't know. Hey, Mike. We'll ask our resident EMT to see what he would say. Paramedic? We have a question that I feel like you would have a good answer to.
Okay.
You want to read it again, Lauren, when he gets over here?
I'm here.
Yes.
What you got?
Excuse me. Okay, I have it moved. Oh, what is the best way to treat a possible broken wrist for someone they know who refuses to get it looked at, so looking for alternatives?
Well, if they refuse to get it looked at.
Talk louder.
I have the mic.
Let me move it.
Were you just in the chat answering the same question?
He asked me that same question.
Oh.
So I would tell him or her that put it in a position of comfort, put ice on it, but that the tattle tells the X-ray. So I would do a dexterity test to see if they could do that.
And after an X-ray, what is the hospital going to do?
They're going to splint it and give him some Motrin and say have a nice day.
Will they reset it?
Well,
If it needs to
well,
be.
I mean, if it needs to, he'll go into surgery for sure.
So if it's suspected broken, would you know if it needed to be splinted? Would you
Well,
probably?
you look for a deformity. Is it deformed?
Yeah, is it completely jacked up?
Mhm.
You know, I had a hairline fracture, and you can't tell when there's a
Yeah.
hairline
Then
fracture, and X-ray
they
shows.
don't do anything about that.
They just splint you
it. Yeah.
and give you painkillers
They
and
give you
send you home.
anti-inflammatories.
Yeah, yeah.
Motrin.
Motrin, yep.
Hey, before you start reading again, Rhonda made a really good point. She said if you could do, combat midwife in conjunction with the ruckus, that would be great. So we only have to travel once.
That's a good idea. We're working on doing a refuge responder, essential responder type class before or after the ruckus as well. So, because we've had requests for that in the past, and I do know that Bob is working on trying to do the night scenario during the ruckus event too that we did last year with Nightfall Optics. I know he's playing around with that idea. I don't have dates yet. I don't know before or after. I know none of that. I do know that we are going to try to not have it that Saturday night, the night before the ruckus, because it was exhausting
Everybody
for
was
everybody
so
who was
tired.
involved in it.
Hi, Jimmy Barrow.
Hey. I golfed 3 holes after fracturing my wrist in 3 places. Oh, obviously no compound fracture. Yeah, I mean, I still don't know how you golfed after fracture. Nope. I just would call that a little stubborn, but that's just me.
Meadow Paratrooper, is it weird that hearing about severed arteries doesn't impact my ability to eat this tuna melt? I was eating a salad that whole time.
Once you're like in the medical space, even Lauren has gotten less grossed out by things
Yeah.
the longer she works with us. It used to be like a really funny game we'd play to make her watch a video that was kind of gory and, you know, blood and stuff, and now she's just
Well, when I took over the socials and I would open it up and it's like broken leg. Like,
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm like, what?
Did you see the video that Amber Haddock shared today? It was a car that went through a light
Oh no.
and flipped over, and then another car came up, and the car was on top of the other car. Like, it rolled across, landed on their windshield. They came to a stop, and the car was on top of their windshield, and a guy, like, almost got hit in the crosswalk. It was
Oh my gosh.
crazy.
Oh.
And it's something that I always am, like, not on my husband about, but he's really hesitant going through any sort of lights like that. He is really good about, like, looking before he starts going, and I'm always like, the light's green. Like, I'm, like, on him about going, and he's like, yeah, but I don't, like, I need to look around. And that's just something I think the military probably instilled in him. And I'm always like, come on, like, we gotta go.
I hate
I'm
the
working
car
on
accident
slowing down.
Because a lot of
What?
times I hate the car accident videos.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
Some of them are like, they're rough looking.
Well, I mean, the most dangerous thing we do, one of the most dangerous things we do, I know change that, but one of the most dangerous things we do in our day is drive a vehicle.
Yeah.
The statistic changed a little bit after the whole COVID thing.
And it wasn't because of COVID.
No, it was because more people were in their
Staying
house and
home,
less
yeah.
people were driving. So your home is
Yeah.
actually the most dangerous place. So you don't have a first aid kit in your home or your vehicle. Those are the 2 main places you need to have it, and then on you. Because if it's not on you and you need it, it's not there. So I personally carry a slit kit, a soft tea, and a Slishman on me at all times.
Yeah. I mean, we have a friend who dropped a freaking butcher knife into his foot. You know, that kind of.
We hear stories all the time, people slicing fingers and
Heath kneeled down yesterday at the construction site onto
Oh, no.
a nail, and it went into his knee.
Oh,
He's fine.
that's good.
But, yeah.
Was it a rusty nail?
I asked him the same thing. He was like, I don't know. It was old. I was like,
He didn't seem to
"Okay."
care. Just ordered a Slishy infant breathing mask and gauze pack. That's awesome, Warrior Football. We will get that sent out today if we can. I'm sure Mike's on it. He's over there fulfilling orders
Thank
as
you,
we
Miss
speak.
Lovely Dudley.
Aw, I love her. She got to come in and see us at the office yesterday. It was so nice to give her a hug. Okay, the study also found that adults 65 or older are less likely than younger counterparts to be trained and able to take action in each of these medical emergencies. So they found that 65 and older are less likely than the younger people to get trained, is what that just stated, okay? With seniors being more prone to choking and sudden cardiac arrest, increasing awareness and training initiatives among all age groups, but especially the elderly, could be an effective tool to prevent serious injury or death. About 70% of cardiac arrests occur at home, so the person experiencing this emergency could be a loved one, said Dr. Nicholas, an emergency medicine physician at Ohio State who helped design the study. Meanwhile, someone with life-threatening bleeding may fall unconscious within 2 to 5 minutes and potentially die before paramedics can intervene. We've talked about that several times, plenty of times, 100 times, I feel like at this point. Like, you are your own first responder. We call 911. It doesn't mean we can snap our fingers and they magically show up. If you live in a rural area, it's sometimes 15, 20, 30 minutes depending on where you are and depending on how many ambulances are out there. If they're already on another call that is, if they're already there, they're not just going to immediately leave. Like, there's not enough hands to go around sometimes. I know there was a period here that like 4 of the 6 ambulances were in one of the local mechanic shops.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
remember that.
what? That's crazy, because like some part was back ordered and it was a bunch of craziness. I was like, can you imagine if something happened right now? Like, they probably had 1 running on each time because you got to have 1 backup.
We had a great question in the chat. Can an elderly woman do the refuge classes?
Ooh, that's a great question. Yes, we have had everybody from 12 to 14-year-olds with parents take their class up to 70-plus-year-old people taking the class. We will tailor it a little bit. If you obviously, you know, can't do the push-ups or the rolling in the mud or things like that, then we are okay with it. It's not like we're going to kick you out of class because you can't do it. We still want you to get the knowledge and the teaching and the tools that we teach you throughout the class. The physical side is there, but don't let that stop you. Obviously, you know, if there is some type of medical health concerns, it might be a little different. But asking that question, I totally think you could probably go. And if you have more things you want to talk through based on your personal life and health, give us a call. The phone number's on the website. You will get Mike or me or Fo, and we will give you the answer and just spend time talking with you, because that's why we're here. We really appreciate you guys and we really enjoy talking and conversating and hearing and helping. So
We had a question. My kiddo is 11 and 125 pounds. Do I need a slushy or will my Cat 7 work for him?
So it kind of depends on the size of their limbs. It sounds like a Cat Gen 7 will probably work based on that age and weight. But the reason the Cat Gen 7, do I have an open one, Lauren? You have an open Cat Gen 7 over here? I'll show them the reason that it doesn't work on smaller limbs. Is that because you've been doing the gym? You're just wobbling? Oh, okay.
Literally, you could show them all.
I can show them all. Okay, so the reason the Cat Gen 7 doesn't work on really small limbs is because this back plate doesn't
Hold on. Let me zoom in.
get any smaller than that. So if their
Oh, that's
diameter of their limb is not that size, it can't cinch down enough. So that's why you would need the Slishman or the SWAT Tea. The Slishman and SWAT Tea can also work on adults, animals, things like that. So it really depends on the size of the limb, but I would say based on just that knowledge, the Cat Gen 7 would work.
Hey, do we have a lead time on the Adventure Kit or the Bearfac right now?
So the Adventure and Bearfac are both waiting on chest seals. Those are supposed to land today or tomorrow. And then we have training this weekend. So anything that's ordered today or tomorrow that is first aid kits, things like that, the lead time is going to be shipping Wednesday, Thursday of next week. We will work on getting them built, and then we go into training Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning, and then we will start shipping and getting caught up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So they will be to you by the end of next week, beginning of the week after. Oh, it's a great question. Soft tea gets a little bit smaller than a cat. You are right, Medic Mouse. I feel like you've been through class before, and quite a few times. Oh, I love the blue one. So this one it forms a lot better. This part still doesn't get that small, so obviously you couldn't do an infant. But the soft tea, he's correct, does conform smaller arms. Ordered this week, Okay. You can update me on the chat if there's any more questions. I really like answering questions. I feel like I've missed you guys on the live stream. Bob's kind of been
on here.
I know. Bob's been handling it, and I've been running all the operations and stuff over there, and it's nice to be able to hang out and chit-chat with you guys. Jack Gibbons, who lives in Ohio, was lucky that his colleagues were able to help save him after he collapsed at work due to cardiac arrest in late March. They knew CPR, they kept the blood flowing, they didn't give up, said Gibbons, who teaches U.S. government and history and economics at a school in Columbus. Teachers and administrators had trained in responding to emergencies. They even learned how to use a defibrillator, which the school nurse brought to the class where Gibson was laying unconscious. That preparation made all the difference in the world, he said. Dr. Mitra, a spokesman for the American College of Emergency Physicians, said, "The sad truth is that not enough people are doing CPR or any of these life-saving procedures, even though they are simple and can literally save a life." She said it perfectly. There's just not enough people who are actually getting out there and learning these things. CPR, AED is things that we hit on in the essential responder class, which is what we're having Sunday, Monday. And I believe the next one we'll have, it'll be next year. But we're working on getting that in the calendar because this one this weekend is already sold out. But CPR and AED are one of those classes you should be able to find one close to you. Some of them might be a little death by PowerPoint. They're definitely not
Red
Refuge
Cross.
class. But if you can get to a Refuge class, we definitely go over those things, including, stop the bleed protocols and the Marchi algorithm and all that.
Okay, so is the Slishman also in the adventure kit?
Yes, the Slishman comes in the adventure kit now. The adventure kit 3.0 is when we added the Slishman. If you had one previously, then it wouldn't have included it. But the Slishman comes in the adventure kit and the bleeding control station. I think that's, and the travel fac. It comes in the travel fac as well. What?
And the kiddo.
What?
And the kiddo.
Oh yeah, the kiddo and desk kit. My brain always goes to the nylon bags. I know, and not the vacuum seal kits.
Miss Bear is in the live stream today. Matt won our, I want to say he won a
He's
spot
coming
in
to
the September
class. Yeah, he's coming to class Sunday, Monday.
So Palmetto asked a question. Has anyone noticed any issues handling the SWAT Tea with blood on it or on their hands? And we have noticed when
it
you
gets
get liquid,
slippery when wet, which is why we actually kind of switched to recommending the Slishman versus the SWAT Tea because of that rubbery material that the SWAT Tea and the S-Mark have or are made out of. When they get wet, they slip. And normally when you're using a tourniquet, it's because there's blood, which means it's wet. Just doesn't really go together there.
And no, we are not currently working on the shears because we have so many other things that are in the works, and we got a Pareto principle right now.
You are right, Rickster. The Slishman will fit in the top loop of the inner inside the Bear Fac. It will also fit in the inner, same spot on the Bear Min. And we actually figured out the other day that it fits into this pocket of the boo-boo as well. So you could switch out your S-Mark and put a Slishman in the boo-boo.
Hey, we had a good question. And we actually have someone that works here that likes motorcycles. But what kit for motorcycle crash?
So, great question. We are working on designing the contents for a motorcycle kit. We're working on doing it in the OPAC Travel Fac bag. And the contents we're trying to work towards motorcycle accidents. One of the guys on our team, Ren, drives a motorcycle, and he hey, you can come say hi.
Come on.
You want to?
Hey, Britt.
Hi.
Come tell us about the motorcycle idea.
I'm a little busy.
You're busy?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they just asked me a great question that I feel like you would have an answer to.
Grab your chair.
What kit would you recommend for a motorcycle?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. Well, I currently have stuff on my bike.
Yep. We're working on it, right?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
What bag did you pick to put the contents in?
The OPAC for sure.
And why?
Because it's just so simple. It's just a simple application and it's secure, from the back of the bike.
And you can pull it from either side. You can pull the inner out, so it doesn't matter.
I can carry shears, a lot of burn dressing. It's a good amount. It's a good size to carry the very essential things that you would need to treat a roadside road rash.
Yep.
Burn, and it's got multiple pouches for chem lights, which is a good thing to have, in traffic. Let's say it's at night and you and your buddy unfortunately went down. You want to go through the traffic procedure of putting the chem lights every certain amount of feet, so that the folks can see you and you don't have another accident, and things like that. I got 2 soft T tourniquets, one on bottom and one on top of mine. And
that's what's nice about this bag is that you can put a tourniquet on the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
You have 2 slots. You actually have 4 slots. These 2 come filled, but then you have 2 more slots down here. You could do extra Sharpies, decompression needles, chem lights, like he was talking about, exam pen light, It really has a lot of modular capability.
Yeah.
So
It does.
you can get the OPAC bag only now. It's under the OPAC section of the first aid kit. You can do bag only or full kit.
Then you can
And you
get
can design it.
components and-
Yeah, you can put all the components you want inside of it.
Ren,
Yeah.
what would you say? Well, two things. First, before you went to the OPVAC, you were using the SOB, and I got to see it after being on your bike for how long?
Almost 2 years.
And
Yeah.
it literally looked pretty much the same.
Yep.
And he
Yeah.
opened the stuff up, and everything was fine. The only thing was the naso had a little tear in it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But other than that,
Well,
and he had
but the
old gloves.
packaging did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not the
actual
naso, the
nasal
packaging.
yeah.
But what would you say for your OPVAC that you outfitted for your bike? What's like the main thing that you added that the travel or the OPVAC don't have?
Again, it's guys. The motorcycle accidents are really a 50-50 thing, and you should always have stuff on your person.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you're riding with a buddy and stuff like that, the OPVAC, having that attached to your motorcycle helps in rendering aid to your buddies.
You want to tell them where
So-
you attach it on your bike? Because
Right,
people
will you
ask
put
that.
your
My
microphone
sissy
in the
bar.
middle of you too, so
With paracord in the back of my CC back, my backrest, and it's very secure.
Yeah.
How you call it? So I try to put in what would manage like a road rash on the side of the road, because the pavement is lava at speeds, you know, and if you're not wearing the right gear, which
Mhm.
a lot of people don't wear proper gear when riding.
And like
you're-
you said, if you're separated from the bike, you
Yeah.
need to be able to have a tourniquet and basic things on you, because
Yeah.
if your bike is way over there and you're bleeding out over
Exactly.
here,
yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't help. So you
Yeah.
can't just
So-
rely on the kit being on the
Right.
bike.
Yep.
So it's mostly for like a buddy
Yep.
or to render aid in general to someone on the side of the road.
yeah, you really should still have tailored what can protect you and
Definitely.
provide first aid for you
Yeah.
on your person.
So tourniquets are most definite.
Yep.
I put a couple of chest seals in there because punctures happen. You know, you hit things, you might get caught up on a fence, and
Yep.
there's some rebar. Who knows?
I know you put
It-
burn dressing.
Yeah, a lot of burn dressing, and the additional thing that I would do for a motorcycle kit scenario kind of a thing would be a junctional tourniquet, and that's because our old buddy Todd that worked with us,
Yeah, cap.
Cap, he mentioned to me that every time, just almost 9 out of 10, every time that he went to render aid to a motorcycle victim, their pelvis and their hips took a hit or a fracture.
Yep.
So like that's
Pelvic
that's
sling.
one thing.
Yeah,
Pelvic
junctional
sling.
tourniquet.
So
We're-
that's like that would be like an addition, but definitely tourniquets, chem lights, and a lot of burn dressing. A lot of burn dressing and gauze so that you can wrap up, just so that you can hold them until either the medics get there or you can take them to the ER or whatnot. But
And you have it, so the way you have it is like you have your seat, it's attached to,
The sissy bar at
Yeah.
the back of it.
we can do a
Okay.
video once
Yeah,
I'm
we
done.
need- we
can
need to do a video
and
for that.
show you.
so Iridium Group said that for the OPVAC, he likes the tourniquet in the top loop, and there's an EpiPen in the bottom loop.
Yeah, which
That's a-
EpiPens are not something we can provide because you need a prescription
Yeah.
for that. But that's kind of, we tailored this to fit, a variety of things, which is super cool. So yeah, if you have an EpiPen, that's a great idea is to have it on there. Hemi said the back of the helmet is what
I'm
I
not
would do
sure.
if I still rode.
What? You're silly.
I mean, wasn't there a time that we were working on
Can
trying
you
to
imagine
come up?
an upfack in the back where you're already large helmet?
You're like,
Oh,
the
dude.
You
way-
could put a stomp bag in the sidecar, Ren.
oh my god.
You have a sidecar? You didn't share it with us? Come
No
on.
sidecar, man.
Could you imagine Ren pulling up with a sidecar? It just has
Ooh.
a big old kit in it.
Medic Mouse said, "What about a rise plus a soft tee for pelvic stability?
That's
I
Is
mean,
the
the rise
rise
could definitely
the-
work. The rise is the
It's
like
the
splints.
accordion-like
Yeah.
splint, right?
Yep.
that's a possibility as well. Yeah, like I said, I'm still working. I'm still trying to educate myself on the most essentials that would make sense on a bike. So.
Palmetto said that Hemi would have a stout neck.
right?
EMTs are gonna take your helmet. Oh gosh. Oh
No.
man.
But wear the right gears, guys.
Yeah.
And definitely have. I see this all too often. People that ride on twos, they have all the tools and they have their their backpack and they go on the road and they're ready to fix a tire on the side of the road or wrench on their bikes, but a lot of folks don't carry any first aid kit, and that's a shame because that could literally mean you saving your life or the life
Somebody else.
of your riding buddy.
Yep.
So carry an effing tourniquet.
If nothing else.
If nothing else.
Carry basic that. Thank you, Ren, for coming hang out. They also said that you should be funny. So, what joke you got for us today?
I should be funny. Oh my god.
I did this
So
one the other
much
day. I was like,
pressure.
quick, put something funny. Then he just yelled at me. It ended up being funny.
I'm all out of farts, guys. I'm all out of farts.
Oh man, Ren.
Next time.
And back to it.
And
And fart.
that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Ren. Okay,
Oh dear.
riding with the stomp bag will break your fall. Oh my
That's
gosh.
No, I can barely walk with the stomp bag.
Carry 4 tourniquets. And why would you want to carry 4 tourniquets, Palmetto? Does anybody in the chat know why he recommends to carry 4 tourniquets?
Can we we talked about me being afraid of sharks. I feel like I should share something with
Uh-oh.
you guys.
We're going back
One
to that?
time, no, just another, not fear, apprehension, okay? Heath took me on a bike, and we got up to like 30 miles per hour, and my life was flashing. I was like, I can't do this. You have to let me off right now.
Dude,
And it was like a mini bike, too. It
I
wasn't
was gonna
like
say,
a real
we
one.
go like 90 on the bike, and I'm the passenger, and I'm like, wah! Like, I'm,
Yeah,
my
nope,
favorite.
not me. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yo, did you know that you can
Uh-uh.
scream your head off and nobody can hear you? Not even the driver of the motorcycle can hear you just scream. It is
Wow.
really
That's
freeing.
also terrifying. 'cause
It's
then
a stress
you could be
reliever.
like, stop, and then they're like,
well, that's what
"Do,
tapping's
do, do,
for.
do."
You
Oh,
can't.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I love skiing, but I don't want to ski fast.
Hemi said, because my neck is so strong, it requires all 4 TQs.
Oh my gosh. 4 limbs.
Oh, Hemi. I can't wait to actually meet you in person this weekend, because it's...
He's gonna be here this weekend.
I think so. I thought so.
I don't know. Well, you're the one that sees the list all the time. I don't see the
Yeah,
list.
I thought he was. Maybe not.
I
He
can
said he had
only
to come
count
in and
to
pick up
4.
his slick kit,
Oh yeah.
so we're
Did
gonna
you
have to see
Jimmy,
him at some
Jimmy
point.
Cars? Hi Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
I can only count to
Oh
4.
my gosh.
That is Britt's
Hey,
song.
They
Ren,
want me to play I Can Only Count to 4.
He hates that song. I can
Our
only count to
inventory
4.
song. So, I actually used to play it every morning. It was inventory day, and inventory day means that we hand count everything in the store. We don't have barcodes. There's no
Everything.
scanners. We hand count it all. So I would play that song when they'd come in the morning. And yeah, they really don't like when I play that song. I actually kind of got told this last time, if I played it, they'd all leave.
I got PTSD from that damn song.
And then I'd ask them, like, why is your count off? And they'd be like, because I can only count to 4. And I'm like,
Exactly.
you're so funny. I'm going to need you to count all 2,431.
Come up with a better song.
I'm going to play Good Day next time. It's going to be a good day. All my homies. Psycho stick? What?
What?
I'm so confused, Hemi. You lost me.
Maybe add the option for CPR face shield mask keychain.
They
to the
make
kit.
helmets with Bluetooth comms in them for that reason. Yes, Palmetto, I know, but those are like
Bluetooth is bad for you.
expensive. Oh, shut. I have to hear that song now. Oh yeah, Stephanie,
Oh,
look
it's
it up.
so funny.
I Can Only Count to 4. It's hilarious. And just picture somebody playing that while you're trying to hand count inventory.
And it
'cause-
sounds like the original song, except the
It's like-
lyrics are all jacked up.
yeah, and he's like screaming, and it's funny.
I can only count to 4. We need to play it today at some point. Maybe right before closing. Okay. So Ren
Right
can
when I'm
walk
ready
out.
to kick them off the clock, so it won't matter.
Oh.
Psycho Stick is the band that sings.
Oh,
Oh,
that's great.
makes sense now.
Let's
I was like, I'm so confused.
see.
Oh, Faux Daddy put the link to the.
So, Vet Prep said maybe add the option for CPR face shield mask keychain to the kits. I have mine attached on a real small carabiner on my Bearfact 3.0.
Yeah, so we've gotten those in the past. We just didn't love the quality of them. They're kind of a one-time use thing, which, I mean, is fine as long as you know going into that, but we really try to stand behind the quality of our products, and we just felt like those keychain ones didn't always match that. But we have the like clamshell CPR orange case. But that's like this big. So I have seen those little tiny ones.
Kermode said, 1 tourniquet, 2 tourniquets.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious.
Fo got the link above.
If you can only count to 4, you can still march in a military formation. Count Refula. Oh my
Count
gosh,
Refula.
Jimmy.
Ren,
Yep.
we have a new skit we gotta do.
What's that?
You're gonna be count Refula, and we need you to do inventory and say 1 tourniquet.
Count Refula?
Yeah.
Remember him from Sesame Street?
Yes. I
Yeah.
like it.
That would be hilarious. I bet Ren could do the laugh pretty good too.
We could let Mike be Elmo.
Because he's little.
No.
Because he's so small. He's so cute, Magnetic.
Hey, you're the Lorax then. You know that.
I was gonna be the Cookie Monster.
Oh, that's
no,
probably
no,
a
no,
better
no.
a better name.
I can do the Cookie Monster.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
If you guys didn't hear Lauren say that Mike could be Elmo, that's why we were hysterically laughing.
Look, I've seen Mike on 10 shots, or no,
It was not 10.
I don't know how many shots of espresso with
was
10
like
pounds
4.
of vanilla, and that guy was bouncing off the walls.
We were moving the
It's right there.
moving the sew shop into the building from Fort Smith, which is like 20 minutes away, and we were all really tired. We had all just come in, and he went and got coffee during one of the breaks in between dropping off the next load, and we were like, Mike, what did you drink? And he had like, I had 4 shots of espresso, and he was like bouncing off the walls.
I have a
and-
video of him literally skipping sideways like Zabuma food. You remember
Oh
that?
my gosh, that was funny.
I feel like we're having
Just
a,
don't tickle him, Palmetto
oh
said.
gosh. Aw, I just want to hug all of you. You bring so much joy.
Aw, thanks, Kermode.
I think we
You
should,
guys bring so much joy.
I like talking about the like vintage 90s things. You
Oh
know?
my gosh, all the different. I mean, 90s was like
Any-
30 years ago.
Palmetto. Oh wait, no. What did Palmetto say?
Palmetto said tickle him.
Oh, that would
So
be
that would be
inappropriate.
As long as you got consent, that's what matters.
I just found that song hilarious.
Oh yeah, that
Thanks,
song is
Nell.
hilarious. I don't know where I left off in this article.
Oh yeah, we were reading about something, huh?
We were. And then we keep getting sidetracked because we have a really cool community of people that we love and can laugh with and talk about things with. There's still a big difference between saying you feel comfortable and actually doing it in the moment. And I imagine the numbers would be even lower in
Oh, yeah.
reality.
100%.
Fears of failure, looking dumb, or doing the wrong thing are among the reasons people don't take action to save a life. Some are also afraid of contracting an infection, even though the chance is very low.
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of people that would feel like if they helped render aid, that they would somehow put liability on themselves, and that's why it's
Mhm.
really important for you to know the Good Samaritan
Yeah.
law for your state, because
Yep.
they do vary state to state to state, especially when you're traveling. That's something that my husband and I will do as we're planning a road trip. We'll kind of look at what states we're going through, what their laws are, what their Good Samaritans are, because if we're traveling, we need to be able to know those things, because there's some people out there that you could help save their life, and they will still turn around and sue you, because people be people.
People are suing because they had DNRs and the practitioner saved their life, and you're not
Mhm.
supposed to resuscitate. Like,
Yeah, well, that goes to a whole different side of things, which is like sometimes people come back like rougher off after being resuscitated and things like that.
sorry to distract you again, but I wasn't
Uh-oh.
watching it, but I ran into it, I guess. But like they have like Judge Judy and stuff like
Oh
that.
gosh, yeah.
A guy had DNR tattooed across his chest, but he was, I guess maybe he was unresponsive, and the paramedic didn't think, when he saw the tattoo, his
Well,
brain
yeah,
didn't think of that.
But does a tattoo really, what if it stood for something
yeah,
else?
Denise, Nicole,
Like,
Richards.
how
Oh
is
my
the guy
gosh, what-
supposed to know that's, you have to, sign a paper and have, legalities tied
so he
to
was
it.
trying to
and-
sue him for saving his life, and the guy's like, "Look, I was doing my job. That's my job. My job is to
Yeah.
save lives."
Yep. Bye, Hemi. Get back to work. Now that song is stuck in my head. I didn't even click the link. You're welcome,
Oh
Palmetto.
yeah. I have to listen to it now.
These procedures have some risks, but overall, it's better to err on the side of caution and do them if you think it's necessary. Adding the Good Samaritan laws in many states protect a person who helps someone in an emergency. Look at that. I had already covered what I knew was coming. A tattoo doesn't qualify. You're right, Jimmy. I'm glad you're on the same page as I was, because I would not think that qualifies.
The opportunistic family members of the most grateful rescued will happily sue.
It's a great way to put that, Iridium Group. That is why you wear a medic alert. I looked into that. A tattoo doesn't count as a legal DNR last I checked. DNR must have original paperwork from doctor present in Kentucky. Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
Yep.
Like,
Well, what did we just see? That some places are requiring a prescription for a naso.
yep. Oh, it's got the
How-
RX on the package.
How would you get prescribed a naso in the moment you
Yeah.
need it?
Hey doc, I just want to know, is it okay if I go to the store right now?
It didn't quite make sense. That's why there are always 3 fights: physical, mental, legal. Yep. Training may be available through local hospitals, schools, libraries, communities, organizations, religious institutions, volunteer groups, festivals, sporting events, and your favorite Refuge Medical. In addition, man
It
said
that? No, I'm just kidding.
should have. Man said chest compressions, rapid placement, and appropriate use of an automatic external defibrillator can be life-saving and may dramatically improve the outcome for patients suffering a cardiac arrest. On that note, we did just get 2 AEDs in stock. So if you've been waiting
we
for
never get them in
AEDs,
stock.
I know, because there's lead times on them, because a lot of people out there are trying to get these things with all of the
Guys,
new
if
things
you
going
didn't
on.
know, like, getting things is not always easy. We
Mm.
literally just got one of our ETDs. We waited a year to the day to
Yep.
get the order of ETDs.
Yep.
A year. Like,
Supply chain.
yeah.
Okay. If a person completed first aid training that did not cover defibrillator use, he recommends taking such a course because many public locations, including workplaces, have these devices. We have one on our wall, and I'm starting to, when I walk into places, look around to see, do they have some sort of first aid kit? And not like the metal box on the wall that holds Band-Aids first aid kit, like an actual stop the bleed first aid kit. I started looking for defibrillators just so that, just like I look for exits, because if something were to happen, I need to know where to go. If something happens, I need to know where to go get that supplies. I don't EDC a defibrillator on me. That would be a lot. But when I walk into places like that, especially traveling, I really try to identify where those things are, because 1, I know how to use them, and 2, in that moment, I need to automatically know where I'm going and not be in a panic looking around. So that's something that I've definitely tried to get better myself at, especially when traveling.
We had a question, what's a naso?
What's a naso? It is a can't talk. Nasopharyngeal airway tube. There's a video on our YouTube here if you want to go look at it. And it is Christina putting it in cap. They're husband and wife, and she's actually inserting the naso and showing you how to do it. She'll talk you through the steps. And it is basically, if they have an obstructed airway, it is a way to go through the nose and put a tube in to go to their throat so that they can still breathe. And what is it, like I want to say it's less than 5% of people will ever need to use a naso.
Like, you're not supposed to use it if there's any kind of damage
Facial
to the
obstruction.
face.
Yeah, anything like that, because especially when if you have a deviated septum, you want to be careful too.
Is it possible to get bigger IV bags for my 100+ pound dog?
Yes, if you email admin at Refuge Medical and it is available, we can special order in some larger IV bags. They're just not always available, which is why we just don't carry a stock of them. The 250 milliliters are kind of the main one that we can get, and we know we can have a good supply on them. But if you ever have any inquiries like that, email admin at Refuge Medical. Most likely I will be the one that is responding to you, and I will make sure we help you any way we can.
Palmetto Paratrooper said, they suck. I had one inserted in the military, and I'll never volunteer to do that again.
Oh yeah, I have a video back when Jadis worked with us. He took the essential responder with me, and he volunteered to do it, and nope, you couldn't pay me enough money to be
I
volunteered to do
think
that.
Keith did it too back when, way back.
Way back,
like,
yeah.
a couple years ago. No, thank you.
A lot of malls here in northern Utah, AEDs by the food court. That, I mean, do they have a dechoker though? Or some
Yeah.
sort of choking device, you know? Nose tube works too. 12 C's on body at all times, except if I sit down, then only 11, I guess.
I don't get it.
I don't know. No good deed goes unpunished.
Huh, my eyes water just thinking about it.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Stop the bleed courses also can be extremely useful, noting that rapid blood loss through large wounds or arterial injuries can be quickly fatal. But proper application of wound compression or a tourniquet often saves people. We have 107 for Refuge, and then there's 27
Mm-hmm.
For Project Tribute is what we're at right now. So that math is 134.
Yep.
Man, that just
That's crazy.
crazy.
And remember-
134 lives saved to date in just about 5 years.
What was the number that was put on our Refuge employee shirt?
13, I think, or no, 23, something like that.
But it's when you got the shirt, it was already wrong.
When
Like,
I
by the time
ordered the shirt, when I ordered the shirt, it was accurate. By the time the shirts arrived, it was already not accurate anymore. But it's a really good conversation starter.
Mhm.
People
What are
will
those
often
dashes
ask me,
for?
you know, what the tally marks on my back are for, and it's awesome to be able to share that with them. I was being sued for cutting a coat off of a trauma patient while working as an EMT in Arkansas back in the 70s. The patient did well, and the lawsuit didn't make it.
Wow. That's crazy.
Because the coat cost so much money that they were like trying to say you ruined it because you cut it off. It's insane. It was 11. No dechokers yet. Conditioning is the 12th C. Okay. Totally makes sense now, Kermode. We have, if you guys forgot, September is the month of national preparedness. So we're going to do the 12 C's for 1 week. We're going to do vehicle preparedness. We're going to do family and EDC preparedness. We're really going to focus on getting prepared in September because we all know that November is coming quicker than we'd like it to come.
Sorry, I was reading Palmetto's last comment.
I know your face threw me off.
During training, a guy was struggling to insert a naso and eventually pulled it out, licked it, and shoved it back in. He got a coin from the CSM for it. I'm so grossed
I
out
have
right
heard
now.
people say that they'll take the patient's saliva
I
and
hope
do
it
that if
was-
they didn't
I
have
hope he
lube.
put it in himself and didn't spit
That's
on it.
what he
and-
said.
Oh gosh. Ugh.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he didn't insert. Okay. Another life-saving intervention is an auto-injecting EpiPen device for anaphylaxis, which is a life-threatening allergic reaction. Courses on its use are relatively common. For individuals who have family members or friends with a history of anaphylaxis, knowing how to provide the appropriate treatment can truly be life-saving for your loved ones. EpiPens are unfortunately harder to get than other things because they need prescriptions because
Don't they sell?
people do stupid things with things.
Don't they sell like that the part of it. I feel like we knew somebody who got like. It's not called an EpiPen, but it's basically the same thing.
I don't know. I'm sure there are ways. What's the best way to stop itching from surgical sites?
Ugh.
Great question.
Steph would say lavender oil.
Don't have the answer to that. Hey, Mike.
Hydrocortisone cream?
I mean, yeah, that's best for any itches. I don't know if you heard me. Mike?
Mike!
Oh.
Oh.
He's on the phone with a customer. Look at that. He's working.
You see it?
Oh. What's the best way to stop itching from surgical sites?
That is an impossible task.
Oh, okay. So,
I mean, you scratch around it. That's about the best.
hydrocortisone, like anything?
Oh,
like
well, that,
just
but-
normal topical stuff?
Yeah,
Like
I mean, you could try and numb it up.
nothing
but-
better than that?
But honestly, there's really nothing over the counter that's gonna make that insanity go away. To be honest.
Oh, yeah. That's just one of those things, I guess I mean, isn't the itchiness normally because it's healing?
Yes.
Like, that's the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like when you go to the gym and you're sore because it's working, because you worked out, it's the same thing. You're healing. You just got to fight through the itchy stage.
Yep.
Or like when you're trying to grow your hair out long and it's that awkward length.
Oh, yes. I know this length.
Yep. Pat
Don't-
the itchy
yeah.
gently.
Don't cut your hair, my husband said. I'm going to do it. And then I shouldn't have. Anyways.
Can you turn up the
Susan?
volume on your side just a bit? I will try to talk louder. I moved the mic down here so that you can kind of hear everybody, but I know Lauren doesn't have a mic today because it didn't charge properly. So we will try to talk a little louder.
So, Susan asked about a recommended elder kit. There are a lot of us old folks out here.
I'm not sure what specifically would go in an elder kit that would be different than a normal first aid kit. I'd be interested to hear what your ideas and thoughts are on it, though. We're always, innovating and filling in needs and things like that as we are growing. Olive oil or avocado oil? Don't scratch. Pat the site instead. Yes. Bye, Kermode. Cold compress helps with itching. See, look, they got all the answers in the chat.
Oh my gosh.
Are you gonna come say hi?
No. He can't be here.
Why not?
Just kidding.
He can be here. He can come say hi.
It's Bab.
What's up, you beautiful sons and daughters of the Lord?
Wow.
Caught
that
it, you're-
took a
I was
weird turn
expecting
there.
cats and kittens.
I was gonna say cats. I don't know. I'm out of it. I love you guys. I hope you're having a great live stream. The world's great. Everything's fine. Shalom, brother.
I love how he says that because we know the answer is not fun.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. It'll be good. That box is by my desk. You're welcome. Okay. Do we have any other comments that I missed? I know we're talking about itchy surgical sites and
I imagine a regular tourniquet could do significantly more damage on an elderly person.
so it's
They should not do reps and sets the same. We do know that.
So yeah, we've learned over the course of training with elderly folks that the last turn, not necessarily can be harmful, but it's easier to cause nerve damage because of the circulation on an elderly person. But if you need it, you would rather use it and tighten it so that you keep the blood inside your body. So like on the training side, you wouldn't want to do it as tight, but in the case of needing it, you need to do it tight enough to stop the bleed. Britt, I have ideas for the elder kit. That's why I mentioned it first. Okay, Rickster. Well, you know our phone number because I talk to you often, and I love all of your kit ideas. So you can either email it or you can give me a call after the live stream.
I answered the trauma shears question. Remember, I was like, we have so many things that we're doing right now, so
Yes,
we're not
we have-
doing.
We have put the trauma shears on hold for the moment, just with everything else going on, supply chain, things like that. We really,
It's hard to find
we
someone.
really love our trauma shears we already currently have. We've pressure tested them. We've cut pennies with them. That's not something that's broken at the moment. So we're working on other things, and then it's our goal. It's just not as easy as we were thinking it was going to be to get American-made trauma shears
Yeah.
because it's just not a thing.
Paladin said, is there a way to pack the soft tea tourniquet so it isn't loose in the pocket? Rubber bands. Yes.
That's what I do. Is I put a rubber band around mine.
Keith has his folded in such a way that it is so small, and then he has these super thick rubber bands on it. It lays so flat. It's such a small or low profile way to store your tourniquet.
Yep. I love being able to stage my soft tee and put a rubber band on it because it gets like super flat. It fits inside my pocket, in my crossbody. I've even put it in the pocket of my dress before because I always have it on me. I remember a date night, my husband carried the firearm and I carried the medical, and I had my slit kit in one dress pocket and my tourniquet in my other dress pocket. And he was like, "Where's your medical?" And I like whipped it out of my pockets, and he was like, "I was not expecting you to carry all that on you when you're wearing a dress." And I was like, "Hey, if I don't have it and I need it, then I gotta have it." We always play that game as like, if this happened, what would you do? Or, with exits, and it's our fun date night games as preppers and people who are always on alert and, head on a swivel.
Purple broccoli bands are tough and fit great on a tourniquet. Yes. You know when you go to the grocery store and you
the,
get broccoli?
thick ones?
Yep.
That's a good. See, Iridium Group has all the great ideas.
Can we please pray before the live ends?
Great idea, Rickster. I'm sure we
My
can do
Lord,
that.
I like this.
2 different surgeries, one stomach and one back. Still feels like the sock is. Oh man. Just make little Refuge stickers for the shears. So the our sticker, oh no, these ones don't have it. So our shears have a Refuge logo on
It's
them.
on the other side, or is that?
This is a NAR one.
How is that in there?
I don't know. Those shears have been around, probably because it's on a kit and media.
Oh yeah, that might be it. Just cut 10 Ranger bands a couple hours ago. Nice. Put the mic back on your shirt, LOL.
Can't tell me what to do, Palmetto.
Just make little. Okay, read
Just
that.
cut 10 Ranger bands a couple hours ago. Nice. Ranger bands. Are you getting ready for this weekend, Striker Kane? I have a feeling you got Ranger bands ready.
We need energy drinks.
I've already drank an energy drink and had a caffeine supplement, but I realized that the thing that's really helped the most is called water.
Shut up, Britt.
So Lauren,
Stop judging me.
water. Can everybody in the chat just tell Lauren that she needs to drink
Oh
water
my god.
every day?
Okay, I will drink the water. I will drink the water.
Drink more water, Lauren.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, Mike died.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is this one actually on?
Oh no.
Ow. My foot.
Did you already turn it on?
It should be on. I was reading it. Can you hear Britt now?
Can you hear me? Maybe. Jocko, go. So yeah,
Somebody send this Jocko Go.
I some of us switched from Jocko Go to First Form. It's just kind of
No, I like,
whatever we can get.
I'm not gonna. I like the sweetener in Jocko better,
Uh-huh.
but First Form's tastes awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bigger can.
Heather said, Lauren, I can't hate. I never drink enough water.
No, it's so. And you know what? I love my coffee at home.
You can't hear us at all now. Okay, 5 by 5. Well, we're catching up. If you're not going to drink the water, you're going to use you for teaching how to give IVs.
Ew. No, I'll drink the water.
Drink
I'll
the water.
I'll be hydrated.
I drink a lot of water. It just has plant matter and sugar in it.
Mine's just brown and came from a bean. You know what we should do? We should just start rolling around with camelbacks. Like have the straw.
I did that for.
I
Remember
remember
when
that
I
one
started
time, yeah.
when I was trying to do 75 hard?
Remember that? Remember that when we all lasted one day?
I lasted 3 days, and that's because I started it the week of the ruckus, and it was a little chaotic, and I went to bed crying, and was finally like,
Well,
nope, I gotta give myself grace. I'll try again.
The Bobs in our household were like, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We made it one day and they're like, we are not doing this.
Yeah. The hardest part for me was drinking the gallon of water.
Oh, it was the working out 2 times with family life. It was so
Oh
hard.
yeah, but we already have been doing that. We've been doing the gym, and then we've been walking at night. We got that down
Yeah,
now.
but at that time,
I know, it was a
just
different
wasn't
time.
Working. Yeah.
I wonder if I can still give myself an IV. I'm sure you could, Striker Cade.
For the older kid, you may consider opposite for the frequent skin ripped events. Ooh.
Mmm.
Because of the thinner skin. Right?
Yep.
Don't cut the
I
skin
always
off.
get bike tubes when they're on clearance. I have an energy drink and the water, double fist when necessary. Make sure to hydrate, Lauren.
Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Never drink energy drinks. Rickster, you don't know my
Good
life.
job, Rickster. If you
That's
never drink
right.
energy drinks, props to
Good
you.
For you.
I stopped energy drinks for a few weeks, and then my life got busier, and they came back.
If I
Working on
didn't
it.
feel like I could actually, and I'm not kidding, if I put my head down on this desk, I think I could take a nap.
Did you take your vitamins today?
No.
And did you drink any water yet today?
No. I've been busy, okay?
As she's been up since 4:30 this morning.
4. We get up at 4.
Oh, well, that's
Well,
early.
4:10. I got confused a couple times today.
I still got half of one Medic Mouse. I should probably grab another one soon. Oh, yeah, the bike tires.
I don't get the bike tire thing. Am I missing something?
Pre-workout. Yeah, she drinks pre-workout, too.
Oh, I need to have a tin of that here at work. I had that this morning, but what happened was I went home after going to the gym with Britt and our other friends, and then I got ready and I made this beautiful coffee with mushroom powder in it and collagen, and I left it right in front of the coffee maker.
She
And
got
I-
all the way into work, and
Yep.
like 5 minutes into work, all I hear is, oh, my coffee's in front of the coffee pot still.
Yep.
I was like, ooh. I was like, you want to go home and get it? And she was like, no, it's okay. Just
I had
sometimes how
I
life
had 'em
happens.
put it in the
You know, there's a
fridge.
coffee maker. in the back.
No, but it's
I
not gonna have my
know.
collagen and my mushroom powder.
You're all so fancy. Maybe that's why you have no energy today.
No, I'm just as tired.
75 in a row is the problem. Yes. Oh my, that's a
That
problem.
is the problem. Doing that for 75 days in a row is the problem.
Yeah, doing anything for 75 days in a row is definitely takes some
Yeah.
discipline and consistency and mental toughness. If you have not read that
Yes.
book, it is awesome. I love the mental toughness book.
I need to finish the
Hard 75.
no,
75 hard.
Not Layla.
Oh, the Emily Frizella book.
Frizella book.
That one's a good one. Yeah, you got to finish that one so I can give you the other one. I want to
Yeah.
know in the comments a book recommendation. I want some new book recommendations. So if you have a good one in the comments, I really like personal development books, but I will take any
And
recommendations.
if it's on Audible, extra points.
I've totally checked myself and realizing that I can put on an Audible, but I will not
Focus.
I won't retain any of it.
Mm.
Like I might retain some of it, but I will definitely retain it if I'm reading it
Yeah.
more than Audible.
I love reading. The
Mhm.
problem is that to sit down and spend time reading
I
for
know.
me is hard. But I grew up reading novels. I mean, I loved reading.
Good evening, local farmer. I mean, it's afternoon here, but good evening.
I
The evening means it's closer to bedtime, right?
Oh, Striker Cade, 2 scoops of pre-workout with a bang. Best way to start the day. That sounds like a freaking.
That's just because of like his like size and
Yeah.
muscles.
Could you
No.
imagine if Britt and I would be like tweaking, like, hi everybody.
Funny story. The first time I took pre-workout was when I was going to the gym at 10 o'clock at night. And then I
Oh
tried to
my
go to
gosh.
bed afterwards, and I was just laying in bed, like, shaking. Like, nope, not a good idea. I did 75 hard in 2022. It was legit, and I really haven't drank much since. Good job, Iridium Group.
Yeah,
Bike
I'm not-
tubes plus shears equals
drinker.
Ranger bands. Oh. Never Split the Difference. That's a good book. Total good book. The
Red
Art of
Famine.
Learning. I don't think I've read that one.
Ah.
Nancy, you'll have to send me a link to it, just in case I forget.
Liquid IV
Has watermelon. Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding by Robert Kennedy.
Like
Huh.
that Kennedy?
Robert Kennedy? I mean, Kennedy is a pretty common last name.
Isn't what? Sorry guys, I'm so tired. If I'm saying it wrong, don't judge me. I'm not stupid. I'm just tired.
It's gonna take a little bit more.
But that's Bobby. Robert
Swim with
Kennedy.
the sharks
that's
without-
The guy, that's the Kennedy that's running.
Is
for his
it?
Independent. Yeah, Bobby
Oh.
Kennedy, Robert Kennedy.
Swim with the Sharks
Junior.
Without Being Eaten Alive by Harvey McKay. Huh.
Wow, that sounds like a book I
That's
should
a-
probably read, just based on our conversation earlier.
Atomic Habits. Ooh, look at the Rickster.
Didn't we have,
The scriptures.
have we talked about Atomic Habits before?
I've heard of it, but I don't know if we've
I've heard
directly
of
talked
I've
about
never
it.
heard of
These are really
Uh,
good book recommendations.
The
Thanks, guys.
Scriptures, that's like #1 on all the bestsellers.
Red Famine.
Anti-fragileness.
Introduction to Permaculture. I'm sure that's a great one.
Oh. Book club email needs to come back.
We did a book club email.
That sounds fun.
We did book of the month as refuge
What
staff.
would you guys think about us having a book that we all read and discussed, like on a live stream? That would be fun.
Okay, side note.
Oh my
Adrian
gosh.
said that crunchy peanut butter is just creamy peanut butter with extra steps. So I feel like the people who like crunchy peanut butter are just the extra people.
Oh,
The people who need extra,
Oh,
they're
I
like the
claim
A
it.
plus, the A.
Claim it. That's yep. Sure.
100%. Anybody who tells me they're on Team Crunchy is automatically an
extra.
A plus extra type person. And the people, now that I'm thinking about it, who are on Team Crunchy, 100%. Made that correlation. The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews.
You
Ditch
know,
Medicine.
That totally checks out. One day, there was something I did, and Britt was like, "I still love you," and somebody was standing there, and I looked at her. I was like, "Yeah, I'm a lot."
I don't know about that, Po Daddy.
I'm not a. Listen, I prefer country.
All the time, a frame for the kiddo kit to be in full stock instead of pre-order. So the kiddo kit is also the one waiting on chest seals. Chest seals land today, if not tomorrow, as soon as UPS can get them to us. We have several hundred showing up. and all of those things will go back in stock. The Bear Fact, the Adventure Kit, the Kiddo, but pre-order them today so that as soon as it comes in, we can get it right out the door. Sometimes things sell out a lot faster when I put them back in stock. You guys don't see the numbers of people waiting for things to come back in stock. Just pre-order it. Pre-order it, pay for it, so that as soon as it's in stock, we can get it out the door. And it's free shipping for the rest of the month with orders over $2.99, and that works in correlation with your promo code. So for those of you that got an email with asking for feedback last week, there was a discount code in it that also corresponds with free shipping. So use it while you can.
Kay said, elder kit, now in my late 70s, my skin is very thin, and I need gentle adhesive tape, etc.
Yeah, I didn't think about that side of things. It's definitely some thoughts I need to consider.
Reading group. I'm on Team Maple Syrup. I will referee the event. I love this. Striker Kate said, they're the ones who overcomplicate simple things. I have no shame in saying that is 1,000% true.
Yep. If you want a collection of rocks at your house to have a visual representation of your hard work, read Endure by Cameron Haynes. Huh.
Ooh, my husband likes Cam Haynes. My computer.
Oh, Kevin said he got that email. Did you respond? Did you give us some feedback, Kevin? It was really
good feedback.
We did. You guys are so sweet. We got more positive feedback than anything. The most we heard on like the actual feedback side of things we could do is to create business cards to be able to include them into the kits when you guys request it so that you can share us with your friends and family and just people out in public, which was like super awesome to see that you guys were requesting that so much, to the point that our graphic designer is currently working on that so that we can produce them so we can have them available for you guys. Buy UPS so it's easier to get the products to yourself. Yeah, I don't think we could afford UPS. They're a pretty big company, but we totally would prefer UPS versus FedEx. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
I responded to, yes, Rickster. I know Callie was working on responding back to as many people as she could. We definitely got flooded with it.
Book of the month.
I think that's definitely something we can do. We need to get back into focusing on the book of the month as
if you
a.
want to do book of the month club, it'll be in the broadcast channel.
Ooh.
We will do it in there, but you have to join in the broadcast channel on Instagram.
I bet Medic Mouse is in the broadcast channel. You guys are awesome. I can't think of anything you can do to improve. Nothing, Berkey? Come on.
I know what we can improve on.
What?
A fridge full of energy drinks.
We used to have a fridge full of energy drinks.
I miss it.
And then I realized that my staff was drinking 2 to 3 energy drinks per day
What's wrong with that?
because you didn't have any water with it,
Look,
Lauren.
they used water to make that.
That's like when people tell me, oh, I drank my water. It just was filtered through coffee beans. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. I have a shell collection I keep in Daytona Beach. Oh my gosh. I just pass out the patches and refuge cards that come with the orders. That is awesome, Stephanie. We really appreciate that. Buy UPS so that I don't have to pay 20% custom clearance fees on anything anymore. Hey, Iridium Group.
You know what, Ed? We'll
We'll just
right
do
on
it together.
That. Hot sauce of the month club. Man,
Okay.
I love
Is there any other questions? We're at 2:30. I know, so I gotta get back to work. I know. I'll have to like tell Bob he needs to take a Wednesday off here and there so that Brittany can just come hang out in the live stream with you guys, because I definitely missed you.
Fan of the Cave Bear is a great book.
Any other questions as we wrap up? Also, just a reminder, the purple and the blue floral, there is limited quantities left, and the blue floral actually is available in the Bear Fact now too. So it's Bear Fact, Bear Mint, Adventure, and Boo Boo is the purple and the blue floral. And like I said, there's limited quantities, and we're not sure we're going to bring those colors back. I think we're going to go for like burgundy, pink, things like that, to kind of see what your guys' thoughts are.
Webster asked if we can pray, and let's mention Kobe in our prayers.
Kobe. Okay.
He needs a miracle.
Bo Daddy, we already asked that question. They told us teal.
Oh, and I didn't tell you that for the poll, a solid one really.
Yeah,
really
okay,
liked
so
it.
solid and then teal or burgundy was what won. Kevin, plate carrier update. The SWAT team is currently working on a few to be able to do T&E and things this weekend during training. So if you're coming to training, you'll be able to get firsthand to kind of see those. And then we are hoping to be able to launch it by the end of September. Oh, they finished one? No, I'll wait for Bob. I'll let him tease him. That is his baby. I know. I don't want to.
Oh man, Britt's been trying to do a red, white, and blue kit for a long time.
I have. Would anybody like a patriotic red, white, and blue fabric?
Like a really cool faded flag looking kit.
It's like a distressed red, white, and blue.
It is cool.
I've been trying to do it for over a year now.
For 4th of July
I know.
This year, but it didn't
I know. It's just timing. Can you
Oh,
make
I
a
love
Refuge
that
Ruckus
idea.
card with a QR code and spot to write our names to pass out for donations? It can be
That-
absolutely be downloadable.
That's
Lost Light,
such
that's a
good
great idea. Email events@calebhouse.org because she could totally handle that on that side of things for the Refuge Ruckus. I know they're working on getting all those things out. That's super cool, Palmetto. Awesome. So awesome to see so many familiar names. I really enjoy the Refuge Ruckus when I can like put the face to the screen name. I actually would like people this year to just put their screen name on their name tag
Yes,
if they
please.
are on social media because then we can finally connect the dots. I know that guy.
That guy?
Uh-huh.
He's so handsome. My husband.
Different liner patterns like SOE does on their giveaway bags. Maybe. American flag for outer bags. Yes, so it's an American
Yes,
flag distressed fabric that we could do in some outer bags.
Like a limited run. I think it'd be.
Ooh, red, white, and blue would be great on the ankle kit. Something to think about. I know the ankle kit we've only done in the Ranger and black. And that's just because we're still trying to make sure it's the best thing before we start offering other colors. I know we've had a few that it's like rubbing on their boot on the bottom, and it just barely is showing some wear, so we're working on getting that handled and fixed.
I talked to Heath about that, and he was wondering, do they have metal eyelets on their boots? Because if they did, that would be the point of.
Yeah, that's a good.
Oh my gosh, you are so good looking.
Oh, I'll stop.
My husband just walked in the building.
Hi guys, I'm good looking.
March 7th through 9th is the Refuge Ruckus. Yes, make sure you guys come and see us and visit and raise money for Caleb House. It is an awesome event. It is such an amazing weekend between the classes and the fellowship and the Bible study. And now we're going to do, Team Creamy versus Crunchy in the rope pull. What is the name for that? It's not rope pull. It's tug of war. That's the name. My brain wasn't thinking right. Rope pull. Yeah. That's exactly what. Okay, so I don't see any last minute questions, so we can go ahead. Hunter Orange. We have offered certain kits in the Hunter Orange, so if that is something that you're interested in and that's like the one color you want, email admin Refuge Medical and I will see if that is something that we can help you with. Have you thought about a small amount of leather on the bottom of the ankle kit to protect from wear? Not sure if it would work or not. So we're trying to play around with that because it's elastic, because it conforms, and we're working on it. We are working on it. Shalom, Tato, Hooter, and Tora.
What up, dude? Miss you, bro.
Peanut pull? Oh, gosh.
Baby, are you team crunchy or team creamy for peanut butter?
I'm team whatever peanut butter's in front of me. If it's got honey in it, all the way.
Are you a honey roasted peanut butter type person?
That's right.
Oh, that's so extra. That's even more extra than me.
Yeah.
No, I am an extra person.
My husband's the same way. He loves the
I'm
honey.
Honey roasted is so
Mm.
good.
If you're extra, what am I? I'm
Oh
like
my god, you were
extra, extra, extra.
unbearable.
No, I feel like honey roasted is above crunchy in the extra column.
Oh
Like
my
if you
gosh.
gotta go to like honey roasted, you're like,
Yeah, but I don't care if it's creamy or crunchy. I just love
I
it.
you just want the extra sweet one.
So in high school, I
That's
would
because
like
he's a sugar
literally,
fiend.
I would literally chill in high school during class, like first period or whatever, and eat a full jar of peanut butter.
I lived off peanut butter when I was pregnant. It was like a great source of protein. I could just make sure I kept down.
Excellent source of
I was
protein.
gonna have some cashew butter last night, and I was sitting there stirring it, and I looked on the back. I was like, 190 calories.
Say, I better not.
What the F?
She made steak instead.
I
Our
have to find
tearing
it.
peanut butter, honey roasted crunchy. They make that?
They sure do. First time I ever saw it was at the Walmart.
Hmm.
You know, I
I feel like we could just talk about peanut
'Cause
butter.
normally it's creamy when you see that. But
I do like creamy peanut butter. I'm not gonna lie. I
I do
like
too.
both of them.
I do too.
Man, peanut butter, crunchy, honey, chocolate. Jimmy Carr, that
Okay,
is.
So here's what you do.
Yeah.
Hold
Wait.
on. I call it smash.
Oh
But
yeah.
you take a banana,
Oh.
okay, put it in a bowl, and then you have peanut butter, just regular peanut butter, crunchy, whatever, I don't care. And then you pour chocolate syrup, and then some honey, and then you smash it all together and you eat it.
It calls it
That
smash.
just incredible smashy
I don't
banana
like
chocolatey
You know
goodness.
what
bananas,
the real
but
debate
Peanut butter
is?
and honey.
The real debate is what kind of jam or jelly do you like? I'm raspberry
Neither.
all the way.
neither.
You
I
don't
can't
like
do.
jams
I
or
can't
jelly?
do jam, jelly, Jello, whipped cream.
What?
It's a texture thing
I
for me.
choked on Jello once.
Good to know. Team Nutella, Palmetto Paratrooper.
Peanut butter!
Oh
I
man.
love you. Hey, I owe you like 2 energy drinks. Do you want one? He's going to the store for me.
Sure.
Get us whatever, babe. Surprise us.
Just not that cherry. That
They
cherry.
don't have that's from
What
Aldi.
cherry?
Okay.
Oh no, that Alani, whatever that Alani.
They make a
is.
cherry slush and it tastes
Yes.
like cherry cough
Don't get
syrup.
Me Celsius. No, you can get me Celsius. That's fine. Give me Celsius.
Do you see what I'm putting up with, people?
Thanks.
They know I'm extra now. It's okay.
Oh, they've known you were extra,
No, look at
Lauren.
this. Wait, no, you better not. I
It's
really
not-
want it, but don't get it.
It's not new. Okay. Reese's caramel cup. Oh, Reese's. Have you seen the Reese's with the peanuts in it?
Nutella is not natural. You know what? You can get a different brand. They make ones that are actually not terrible.
They're natural hazelnut.
Yeah. No nanas.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. It is 2:37. I know, but I have a meeting soon. I kind of am in the director of operations of this company, which means I have to have meetings and get back to work, even though I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. And it was great to be able to hang out here and sit back in the media corner. I feel like they don't allow me to be here anymore sometimes.
I never not allow you back here. Not
Maybe I just haven't been requested to be here. Maybe that's the better option,
Oh.
the better wording. Okay, so is there any? Yes, Britt. Was it Kobe or Colby? You remember? Kobe. Okay. Just want to make sure I said that right. Outrageous. Okay, I have to turn off the chat. They're just gonna keep going. Oh, Father Yah, you are amazing. We praise you and we love you and we thank you for bringing us all together in this community, in this space, in this world with these people, to be able to be the light and to be able to know you and to love you and to get to know awesome brothers and sisters that also know you and love you. And we pray for Kobe and whatever is going on, you know, Father, and you can wrap your arms around him and his family and those around him that love him and support him. And we would just pray for everybody who's on the other side who can hear my voice, who that is, just shows up and is always learning and always smiling and bringing light into the world. Father, you are the light, and we are all just striving to be more like you and to show your love to those in this world. We praise you and we love you, and I would pray safety over everybody who can hear my voice for the rest of the day and the week and wherever you take them down the path. We praise you and we love you. In the Father's name, amen. Thank you guys so much for coming and hang out with us. Don't miss out. We are actually going to go live tomorrow on the line with the team. So make sure you join us sometime tomorrow afternoon.
The great peanut butter debate will continue.
Oh, I'm sure. It's never ending. Till the ruckus, and then we'll know the real winner.
All right, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.